This video is not from our normal workshop location. We're in the man cave now. We'll be shooting more videos from down here because it doesn't get cold down here like it does in the workshop.
Right.
Down here it's always 73. And by that I mean 1973. What we decided to do now is continue the changeable type theme that we showed you in the bonus footage on one of the Visigraph videos where we showed the Brother JP3. That JP3 is a Brother production code for their large parallel key action machines. We introduced that in issue 100 of Etc., December 2012, where we had cracked the Brother production codes. Briefly, JP1 being the small carriage shifted portable that most everybody's familiar with, JP2 the electric portable, and JP3 the desk model parallel key action heavy portable. Well, it turns out that the JP3 isn't the only Brother portable with changeable type. So Dave's going to tell you about this JP1 series machine right here.
Right, this is the only machine that we have ever seen that has any interchangeable type feature on it at all. And it is, you notice the model is Webster XL 800. You'll see lots of the XL 747s.
Mm-hmm.
The 800 is unique. First of all, you'll notice that it has a red key top on the ampersand and cent key, and the tabulator key is what would normally be two key top spaces wide. That is because this is an interchangeable key slug on our type head here on the ampersand and cent, and therefore the next slot in the segment is empty.
You can see there's nothing in that slot.
Right, that's the next slot over is empty, and so they just made the tabulator key double wide to take up that space. This is the only one we've ever seen of the JP1 that has a changeable type feature, and we don't believe it's the same as the dial type that we showed you on the Profile 715. We had this off, and this assembly is actually made of plastic with a spring steel clip.
I got to tell you, that's no good.
Yeah, it's terrible. So we believe that to be a different set of interchangeable type that's as yet undiscovered. But the only machine we've ever seen that it fits is this. Now this is much more like the Smith Coronas, where the changeable type feature is much more familiar.
Right, and that's what you usually see out there is Smith Coronas. And Dave's got a little museum of Smith Corona changeable type over here and removable key tops. And actually, it's not the whole key top. It's just the upper portion.
Right.
Of the key top.
Right, and they tell you to keep the key tops. Like for Sears, had this little kit here, and you see there's a little box there, and they told you to put the type slugs and the key tops in there, and you could swap them out as needed. You'll see these with red key tops. You got one over here with black key tops, and then there's these in these individual boxes that are black with white surrounds. Without going into excessive detail, those change depending on the era of the machine. And then the machines that have the interchangeable type came with this brochure trying to sell you interchangeable type sets, and they show you what sets were available. Mathematical, engineering, there's musical, Spanish, popular Greek, and internationals. And there are actually others. We've seen ones with bridge symbols on them. With
That's right. I want the one with the cards for the bridge club.
Set. So we're going to show you some Smith Corona machines here that have interchangeable types so you can be aware of what you're looking for. What's unique is that we're going to show you a bunch of machines that are all rebrandings. Most of them are rebrandings for department stores. This first one is one of my favorites. This is from JCPenney, a Pencrest Caravelle 10. I just think these are good-looking, nice-looking machines. They're not real common. And you can see there's one different-looking key top. That's a dead giveaway. We saw that design on those key tops, and sure enough,
there it is.
That has one interchangeable head.
Just one.
Now, the Sears machines tend to be hot rods. They tend to be equipped with more features than anything else, even standard Smith Coronas. And so here's an example of a machine, and it doesn't have any external labeling on it at all. But you see a black key top, and we saw that too. Yep. And sure enough, one replaceable key slug there. And then we'll move on here. What happens next is you get two replaceable key tops, and these are red. So that means both of these
two type slugs are replaceable.
Are replaceable on this, and this is a Sears Forecast 12. This is an early Forecast 12.
Yep.
We'll move on to this next machine here, and this, for those who are interested, this is the greatest number of features ever put on any Smith Corona portable machine ever, period, is on this machine right here. 4-color ribbon, paragraph key, front set tabs, rapid spacer, half space,
touch regulator
front,
yep.
12-inch carriage. This is the maximum number of features.
Right.
And one of the other great things about all the Sears machines is that we showed you this kit here, and you'd say, well, then you got to carry this box with you. How is that helpful? No, all of the key tops and the slugs will fit in this little box. And this is all you need, because the Sears machines always have a way to put, and if you can come up and show here,
yep.
this space for change of type storage box. This little box
snap that right
fits
in there.
right in there.
Right. Now, if you back up a minute to this, we'll go around here to this Sears one. It's
right, a citation.
Right there it
in
is.
The top.
Up underneath.
Right. And on this earlier Forecast 12,
yep, there's that again.
It's right there. So the Sears machines have the greatest number of features and a way to take your change of type with you. Now we'll move on.
Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are fans of department store machines, you notice that we have a 1970s Sears
right, if you bought a change of type kit,
paper bag there.
Would have come in that.
Not that we're into department store retro stuff at all.
No,
not at all.
No.
Just typewriters.
Not,
yeah.
Yep, not at all. I don't even know how we got that.
Yeah.
This machine is an example of the very end, and Smith Corona kept it to the very end of what we would normally call 6 series production. This is a very late Smith Corona. No longer says Marchant on the front. With the top like an office machine.
Yep, set up like a standard typewriter.
Yep, and you'll notice again, same thing, 2 interchangeable type slugs on this machine. And this is a correcting machine too. It's not even a 2-color ribbon.
Yep,
this is a setup to have a correcting ribbon. So, and this is another style of the interchangeable type box you will see.
Now that's my favorite.
Right,
that
I
right
like
there.
this one. Yeah, with all the different symbols on it. It just says Smith Corona SCM, changeable type. And when you see these, they can have various different kinds of key tops and slugs in them, but they're marked on the end as to what the kit is. So this is an engineer kit, and as you can see, this would have been very easy to take with you by closing it and just putting it in the box.
Right in there,
and that'll fit right in the blow molded case.
Yeah, blow molded case. Look, that's
this is
really late.
Super late.
That's
Yeah.
into the 80s there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And the last machine we have here is an aberration. I'll let Will talk about this machine.
This is an outlier. This
Yeah.
is a Smith Corona Secretarial 76. This is the end for Smith Corona standard manual typewriters.
It's beyond
the serial number for this is so high that it's even higher than the records possessed by Jay Rustler, who feels, as do we, that it was made in 1970. Now, if you look at this machine, there's an oddly colored key top right there.
Great.
You push that down, and you'll see, yep, there's a interchangeable type slug. Now,
Same.
you notice that on this typewriter, you can see that this actually has the extension in case of a multiple strike to protect the typeface of the next slug that hits it. See how that type slug hits that projection
right in the center
between the print, so
right.
you can't damage the typeface with the impact there. And that extension on that type bar is different from that. The portables don't have that, so that's an extra added feature on this Secretarial.
This is the very end of manual full-size office.
Right, 1970 they ditched them. And our final little aberration over here is something that's a fun little curiosity. This is just a horrible little typewriter, but you will see these from time to time. This is a Smith Corona Sterling Automatic 12. This is an electric portable. It has 1 interchangeable type slug. Maybe Dave can pull up the type slug with his finger there. And next one over. Because it's not on the outside. There it is, and it's a little different. It has a little lever to release it.
Mm-hmm.
there.
And the segment is actually spaced. The last type slug in there is spaced away from that. So that's unusual.
Yeah, see
the interchangeable type slug is not on the last type bar.
Yeah, see the uneven spacing.
That's unusual.
Yeah, now look at the, this actually works, by the way, and just to prove to you that it actually works. These, like I said, you see these once in a while. These were made in Singapore.
Yeah. And there's no indication, looking at it, that it has an interchangeable slug.
Nope, there's nothing to tell you. Now,
but the sets have been seen with electric keys in them. So presumably for off machines and perhaps for this.
Yeah,
with,
and
key tops.
I noticed this appears to have the same key tops on it as that horrible little last-ditch manual made in England that's descended eventually from the Zephyr and the Skywriter that look like adding machine keys.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's your pretty complete coverage of interchangeable type, with the exception of a couple machines, which we'll actually save for the next video on this subject. We'll show you those the next time from the man cave.